everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a very simple and economical Christmas decoration using a tin can and some ornaments. To begin with, I cut a piece of scrapbook paper to size so that I would be able to cover the circumference of a recycled tin can. The size of the scrapbook paper is going to vary depending on how large your tin can is. This particular tin can was about 4 inches by 6 inches, and I basically adhered the scrapbook with some hot glue. The next step is that I covered the top edges with a satin ribbon that I picked up at Dollar Tree. So the reason I'm covering the edges is because they weren't completely straight once I glued on the scrapbook paper, so adding the ribbon not only adds an extra decorative touch, it also covers any uneven edges. So after I added the ribbon to the top edge, I took some mesh, also from Dollar Tree, and I made a very simple bow. I simply just wrapped the mesh around my left hand a few times, and I used a piece of decorative wire or garland to just twist around the middle. And there you see I am fluffing up the bow to adhere to the tin can. I also decided that I wanted to add the mesh around the can itself. So I went ahead and I cut a piece of mesh and then I twisted it around the can. And I am using my hot glue gun to adhere the mesh that I just wrapped around the can, just to add some layering and a little bit of texture to the tin can. And then I also decided to add a decorative trim to the bottom of the can. So here I took some, it's like a pearl trim. I remember I bought it at Dollar Tree, however, I haven't seen it in a while. So I'm basically just adding that pearl edging to the bottom. And just to add a decorative touch to the bow, I went ahead and glued a button onto the center. So in the next step, I added some rocks to the tin can to add some weight. And I also took some product packaging, some styrofoam, and I traced the can around, and I'm using a box cutter to cut off pieces of styrofoam. And I will be using this as a sort of floral foam to help keep my arrangement in place. So to add the ornaments to the decoration, I ended up using some recycled floral stems from Artificial Flowers. If you don't have any of these lying around, you could use a very thick gauge of floral wire, and that would do the trick. It just needs to be stiff enough to hold the ornament upwards once you add it to the arrangement. So I basically just took the floral stems and I used wire cutters to separate them. And you could glue the ornaments onto the stems if you wanted to. However, they actually fit rather snugly into the floral stem and they don't move from there. So it actually works just by adding them on there. And I'm simply arranging them by size because I want the larger ornaments to be at the top of the arrangement and the smaller ones to be towards the front. I'm also using some glittery fern leaves that I picked up at Dollar Tree last year. And these I'm placing towards the back because I want them to be the highest part of the arrangement. And the rest of the process is pretty organic. It's basically just adding different elements to your arrangement until you're happy with the overall look. I wanted this particular decoration to be very full, very robust. So I just kept adding ornaments until I had the look that I was going for. And it's extremely forgiving. In a few occasions, I had to take out the ornament and place it somewhere else since there are multiple layers of styrofoam inside the tin can. It actually is extremely forgiving. You can just take the ornament out where you had it and you can simply place it somewhere else and it will still hold. So once your ornament is to your liking, the last step that I would recommend is to cover up the styrofoam either with some marbles, some pebbles, anything that's going to cover up that styrofoam. So in this case, I had some glass marble, the type that's used for filling arrangements. And I basically just went around and covered up that styrofoam. And here you have a close-up of the final product. So you can really take a look at the details. As you see, it's a very simple, very economical, and rewarding project. I really hope that you found this inspirational. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Take care and God bless.